you get robbed. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to give you guys a heads up. If you are looking to see how to do this look, I do have a video separate that comes with it. But today is a story time, guys. Like, haven't had a story time in forever. Sorry guys, I can't. So I have a story time. So let's just get straight to the let's just cut straight to the chase. It is a roommate horror story time. So boom. This happened last semester, fall. This was my first time moving into apartments. I was not at a four-year university yet. Last year was my first time moving into a four-year university. I am a transfer student. Even though I'm not a freshman, everything's still new to me, you know. The university's new to me or whatnot. I roomed with 3 random people, did not know them from Adam and Eve, just random roommates. Boom. We gonna call them, I'll just start naming them as the story goes on. So, when I first roomed with my roommates, everything seemed cool. We weren't talking like that. It was just a high and by type of ordeal. The only time I would really hear noise in the house is if, like, they had their friends over or whatnot. Other than that, it was really never no noise in the house. We finally had to sit down after, like, 3 weeks of just saying hi and bye to each other. My mom was like, like, y'all have to have a sit down and tell each other what you like, what you don't like, and all that. She said, because if you guys just continue to, like, not really talk to each other, it's eventually going to cause conflict. And she was right. So we all had to sit down and we all discussed what we liked, what we didn't like, what we were going to bring to the house, what we weren't going to bring to the house, you know, who did this, who did what. Like, it was a good talk. Like, it was actually very good, like, getting to know it. So one of the girls, we're going to call this girl Lullaby, because bitch, I don't know whether she was awake or asleep. So Lullaby told us that she didn't really like to be bothered like that. She didn't really like people coming to her door like that. She said, if you come to my door, come for an emergency. But she did seem like a nice girl. So I'm not gonna lie, I was like, okay, cool, like I ain't tripping off of her, you know? The 2 other girls told me about themselves. I don't really remember what they said, but yeah, they told me about themselves. That's all that happened. I told them about myself. Lullaby said she was quiet and she was to herself. Cool. Now, after we had that sit down and talk, I'm thinking, okay, we're about to start talking a little bit more, but no, like, it went right back to normal with us just saying hi and bye, not having no convos, and I didn't really mind. I was like, okay, cool, like, whatever, like, they'll come around, whatever. If they don't, oh well, these are just my roommates. So, fast forward to October. So, my school started in August, the ending of August, fast forward to October. October is kind of like when people started talking more or whatnot, I should say. People started coming to the kitchen more, coming to the living room to have convos more. And so yeah, so we all started talking more. Now the only person who still wasn't really like digging us like that was Lullaby. So she would still say hi and bye, and we wouldn't mind. So I'm saying late October was homecoming, right? So when we had homecoming, my roommates, they invited their friends over, so it was a lot of people that was in our apartment, but their friends were pretty cool for the most part. We got along, we drank, we danced. It was just a good vibe zone during homecoming week, even though homecoming week was horrible. But, you know, it was still good vibes. Yeah, for the most part, everybody did their own thing. Like, I went and hung out with my friends. My roommates hung out with their friends, but I still interacted with them. So when my roommate invited her friends over, I made nachos for the house because I was like, everybody's here, let me cook, you know? So Lullaby comes out to eat. Now, mind you, I don't really care about her eating, but I just found it weird that you said don't bother you don't want to interact. But then as soon as I'm cooking, you come out to eat. But I'm not the type of person to be like, no, like you can't eat with us. I'm not a mean girl. So I let her eat. But before she came out, this was like our first kind of not infraction with her, but this was kind of like our first bump in the road that we had. One of the boys who was friends to my roommate was like, where the other roommate at? Because all 3 of us were out. and it was just one more roommate. So I said, oh, she in her room, and they were like, oh, she ain't gonna come out. I was like, nah, she don't really come out like that. She's kind of antisocial. She don't really come out like that unless she has to leave or whatnot. So all of a sudden, Lullaby's like, hey, Irene, could you come to my room real quick? Which I already knew something was going on because she never invited any of us to her room. Like, we only knew what her room looked like from her opening the door and closing it. And so I was like, yeah, what's up? So I come inside of her room and she closes the door and I'm like, the fuck? Like, this ain't the courthouse. Fuck you closing the door for? You ain't the judge. So I was just looking at her like, and she was like, I heard you out there talking mess about me being antisocial. And I said, look, I wasn't talking mess. They wanted to knock on your door. I told them not to knock on your door because I told them you weren't going to answer. And yeah, like, that's it. So she was like, well, I just wanted to let you know I am not antisocial. Like, she didn't have an attitude. She was just telling me, like, giving me a synopsis about her life or whatnot. And I was like, oh, okay. And I left her room. In my head, I'm like, fuck you telling me this for? I don't give a damn. So, fast forward to after homecoming. Now, after homecoming, my roommate was still, my other roommate, she was still telling me, man, I love your nachos that you made for my friends. Could you please make it again for the house? So I said, yeah, I'm gonna make it. Now, when Lullaby walked in the room before I started cooking, at this time I just had the groceries. So I'm getting like the groceries ready to make the nachos. I said, hey, Lullaby. She ignores me. Cool. Now, let me give you guys a backstory. Lullaby always ignored people when you would say hey. And I know you guys are like, then why'd you continue to say hey to her? Because she would have her days where she would come out of her room and be like, hey, Irene. And I'll be like, hey. So, I'm thinking, we cool. So when I see her, the next time I say, hey, Lullaby. And this bitch looks at me and walks to her room and closes the damn door. So it was one of those days. She was having one of her days. So I said, hey, Lullaby. And she just looks at me like that. And she goes and she closes her door. Because I was on the phone with my friend at the moment. And I said, I don't know what's wrong with Lullaby. Like, Lullaby, she weird. Like, why you act like that? You're weird. So my friend was like, girl, leave her. And I was like, I know, girl. My friend was like, what are you doing? I said, I'm about to make some nachos. I don't know what I was talking to my friend on Lullaby because, bitch, all of a sudden, Lullaby comes out of the motherfucking room. So, bitch, I got scared. I said, oh, hell no. Because, guys, the way she came out of this room, bitch, I thought something was in there to get her the way she opened that door. So she said, nachos. I said, yeah, nachos. Fuck. So she said, oh my God, you idiot. So now this hoe want to act friendly. I said, strike two with you acting friendly with my nachos. Cool. So she was like, oh my God, I love your nachos the first time you made it. Now, this is the most that I've ever seen this girl talk since we've been in this house. Mind you, this is early November at this time. So I was like, yeah, girl, nachos. And she was like, can I eat some? And I was like, girl, you don't have to ask. It's for the house. Like, I'm not a mean person. I'm like, I wanted to say, no, bitch, it ain't for you. But I was like, it's for the house or whatnot. You can have it. Cool. So she's like, I'm going to eat some nachos. And like, this bitch having a celebration. I'm looking at her like, bitch, I don't even want you eating the nachos in the first place. So I hear, like, my friend can see my face because I'm on FaceTime. And I'm looking at her like, and my friend's like, fix your face. Like, so boom. I make nachos for the house. Almost everybody eats except for my other roommate. We're going to call her Jay. So Jay, she decides that she doesn't want to eat or whatnot. Cool, whatever. Everybody else in the house eats, plus my roommate's friend that doesn't live with us, she eats too. Everybody likes the nachos. And so yeah, we were just chilling in the living room. So Lullaby's in the living room with us. We're all eating our nachos. Now, we get done eating our food. Everyone throws their food away. So this is when I kind of started to see Lullaby for who she really was. Now, that day was a school night, but if you're in college, y'all already know, like, we are going to be partying. If you don't have a class the next morning, and if you don't have a class till the afternoon, we partying, like, at night. Like, we wanted to have a game night within all, like, I think it was 5 of us. We wanted to have a game night and everything, and I asked Lullaby, I said, you gonna play with us? And she was like, yeah, and I was like, damn, like, Lullaby said, "Ya da 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 da." Bitch, I blinked my eyes and Lullaby went to her room and locked the door. This bitch played me again. So I said, oh, hell no. So I'm knocking on her door. I said, Lullaby. So she's not answering. I can hear her phone. I can hear her on Instagram. Like, you know when somebody's scrolling and the noise is playing? I can hear all of that. So I'm knocking again. Lullaby. I still can hear her. So I'm like, I guess. So we continued on with the night. We played our games. We drank our drinks. Like, we just continued on with the night. We're like, man, F her. Like, I kind of knew she played me for the nachos, but I was like, whatever, who cares? We did get drunk that night, so I kind of forgot what she did. But as I sobered up in the morning when I was going to class, I did call my other roommate, Jay. And I was like, Jay, did you peep what Lullaby did, or am I tripping? So Jay was like, nah, you ain't tripping. I peeped exactly what Lil Baby did. So I said, noted, charge to the game. I told myself, next time I cook, she's not eating. Like, period. I don't care if she gets upset or she said, oh, that's not fair. Like, don't touch the food. Just talking about it, cool. Now, the very next week, I did go home for the weekend to my mother's house. So I was at my mother's house and Jay texted me. Now, at this time, me and Jay, we were becoming like the closest out of everybody in the house. So me and Jay will always text, we'll always talk to each other. Like, to this day, I still text her and I talk to her. If you watch this video, hey, baby, mommy loves you. Even though this girl does not like me, but it's okay. I love her. So we're texting and she says, Lullaby got me fucked up. So I said, what you talking about? So she was like, she sent me messages. So she texted Lullaby and asked Lullaby, I don't really remember what she asked Lullaby if she can use. I think her hair gel or whatnot, and Lullaby ignored her. And honestly, I know some people are about to say, okay, that's Lullaby's hairpin, like she don't have to give it to her or whatnot. But Lullaby had a history of messing with you one day, trying not to mess with you the next day. So her and Jay, they used to trade hair products back a lot. So Lullaby ignoring, what was the point? Like, what was the point of ignoring when y'all just traded hair products the other day? So she ignored her. So when Lullaby got home, Jay, so when I seen the messages, I bursted out laughing. So I did come back home on Sunday to get ready for school on Monday because I left on Friday. So Jay was telling me how when Lullaby came home, she told Lullaby, hey, did you see my messages? And Lullaby said something like, yeah. And she was like, why you didn't answer? And Lullaby was like, because I don't have to. And she walked in her door and she closed her door. The notorious thing she used to do it all the time. We were so used to her doing it by then. And so Jay was just telling me she got me fucked up. Like, who does she think she is? And I was just laughing. So fast forward to, I'm going to say, a week before Thanksgiving. Or 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, I think. So at this time, guys, I go to PV. If you guys don't know, it's Prairie View. And I don't know what it is about Prairie View, but they don't give us good housing or whatnot. Like, only if you guys go to PV, y'all know what I mean. Like, it's only one part that has good housing. But if you're off campus, they don't give off campus people good housing. So there's these new apartments, and if you guys go to PV, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. These apartments are horrible. So they just made them this school year, like last school year in August. Now these apartments, they always got them broken into and everything. Like, the apartments got broken into, people's cars in the parking lot got broken into, and it was a time where it was like 10 people's houses getting broken into at night, and like people's cars were getting broken into. One of my friends, her cars got broken into, and it was really crazy. So they did send us emails saying, hey, lock your doors at night, make sure you keep the lights on inside the house so it can appear that y'all are up, lock your car doors. They were just giving us like the rundown, and they were like, hey, you guys are going to get new keys by, I think they said by the end of Thanksgiving, like when we come back to school, everybody's going to have new keys. So Jay was reading the messages to me out loud, And I was like, yeah, we definitely need to do that. And I said, but the person you need to tell to lock the door is Lullaby. Now, let me tell you, I'm not gonna sit up here and make it look like Lullaby was the only one that wasn't locking the door. None of us really locked the door in the house except for me and my other roommate. But Jay and Lullaby, they never kept the door locked. So I told my roommate, I said, you need to make sure you keep the door locked, and you need to go tell Lullaby to make sure she keeps the door locked. And Jay was like, all right, I'm gonna tell her. So I went to bed, right? So I'm sleeping, you feel me? I'm sleeping. I'm dreaming about niggas that I would never be with. And all of a sudden, I hear, bitch, I hope you get robbed. I said, bitch, I said who? So I was like, oh, hell no. Like, imagine sleeping and waking up to that. Like, waking up to a loud thug. And then, mind you, imagine having all that paranoia from, like, people getting robbed. You know, like, I was just so scared when that shit happened. So I open my door, and I see Jay walking to the other side of the house. Mind you, me and Lullaby, we lived, our rooms were by each other. It was the living room, and then it was Jay and my other roommate. So I was looking like, what was Jay doing on our side? So I said, what's going on? And Jay was like gesturing me to come to her room. So Jay was like, she went to go knock on Lullaby's door, and Lullaby did the usual, scrolling up and down on Instagram, but ignoring us. And so she was knocking on the door, and Lullaby was still scrolling up and down on Instagram. And finally she said, Lullaby, are you up? And Lullaby said, what do you want? And so Jay was telling her, hey, ABCD, they sent us an email. And mind you, it is very annoying talking to somebody through a damn wall, through a door. Like, it's very annoying. And she said, so I just want to let you know, keep the doors locked when you come in from school, ABCD, okay? And Lullaby ignores her. And she's like, Lullaby, do you hear me? She said, I heard you the first time. And then Jay said, so then why you didn't answer? And why is this door locked after I keep locking on it? She's like, I don't have to open the door. And like, I don't know who the hell Lullaby thought she was. Bitch, you ain't the chief and you ain't the ambassador. What's going on? So, Lullaby's like, I don't have to open the door if I don't want to. So, Jay was like, okay. She said, okay. She said, so I don't give a damn whether you open the door or not. She said, I just want to know, when you come from school, are you gonna lock the doors? Tell me why Lullaby said maybe. So, Jay told her, Jay started yelling. At this time, I didn't hear this. I was sleeping. Jay said something like, this door that you keep locked all the time, bitch, if our apartment get robbed, I'm going to bust that door down on everything. And she said that if I can't bust that door down, I'm going to put a brick through your window and come through that motherfucker. And Jay was crazy. I'm not going to lie. Jay was crazy. So when she was saying that, Lullaby was laughing really hard. So then that's when I woke up to Jay hitting the door and said, bitch, I hope you get robbed. So I said, huh. So when I heard this story, I went straight to Lullaby's door. And I started banging on that door. I was banging hard. I was banging. I said, Lullaby. Lullaby. And so she was like, what? And I said, let me tell you something. I said, you don't have to open this door. But I basically just gave her a rundown. I was like, those are my belongings. And we're going to have a problem if you do. And she was like, whatever, I don't care. Cool. I've already told you what I have to tell you. If anything happens in this house, you're held accountable because you're showing me that you don't care about if we get robbed or not. Because we're telling you, lock the doors when you come in, and you telling us maybe when niggas are getting robbed left and right. And side note, we live on the first floor. I'm not a robber, but I want to let you know this. I'm pretty sure no robber finna come to the third floor to rob apartments. They gonna rob on the first floor, okay? So don't do that. Like, that's just what you're not gonna do, okay? So she was just in the bed, like, talking her slick shit under her mouth. So Jay was with her other friend. We're gonna call that one Jay too, because they have the same name. So we're gonna call both of them Jay. So the two of them, they were in Jay's room, and Jay was packing up to go sleep with her at her friend's apartment for the night. And so her friend Jay was like, hurry up, Jay, pack up your stuff, because it's like tension was like building up at this point. Tension was building up. And mind you, this was like a couple of days before Thanksgiving break, I remember, because I remember my other roommate, she had already went back to her hometown for Thanksgiving. I think it was like on a Thursday or Friday. Like, it was really time to go at this point. So Jay and Jay leave. They leave. So I go and I take a shower, right? So as I'm in the shower, I'm like, I'm waiting for little baby to come out her door because she's definitely gonna have to eat. She can't be in her room all day. So as I get out of the shower, I wrap my towel around and I'm like, okay, let me go lather myself up. And I hear her open the door. So she opens the door and she's in the kitchen. I hear the microwave and I just hear her in the kitchen. So I said, okay, this is my time to confront her. This is my time to confront her. Now, when I first heard her, I said, let me hurry up. Let me lather myself with lotion. Like, let me hurry up and put on my clothes. But let me tell you what little baby did that made me say, F all of that. I'm about to confront her now in my towel. I hear, because me and her, we live next to the door. So you can hear if somebody unlocked it. You can hear if somebody locked it. All that good stuff. I hear this girl unlock the door. You wanna play? Okay, okay, okay. You wanna play? You wanna play? Okay, okay. Do you wanna play? We can all play. So I opened the door and I said, what was that? So she was shocked. Like, she didn't even see it coming because I think she thinking in her head she just got out the shower. Like, she not paying me no mind. So I said, what was that? So I walked to the door and I opened it. The door is unlocked. Mind you, I let Jay and JJ out. I specifically locked the door when they went out. So to me, I could be wrong. You guys let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I just got vibes that she was like, these bitches don't tell me what to do. And she unlocked it and went about her business. So I said, why'd you unlock the door after we just told you to lock it? So now she giving me a motherfucking story talking about some, oh, I went outside to see what was going on, and just giving me like a whole story. And I said, I don't give a damn what you went to see. And I knew she was lying because I specifically heard her unlock the door, but I didn't hear her open the door. So it just looked to me like she just wanted smoke that night. And I was looking at her like, baby, I'm out here for the smoke if you want it. So she was giving me a storyline and stuff, and I kept telling her, you're lying. And she was like, no, I'm not lying. Don't call me a liar. And I said, cool, whatever. I said, even if you did open the door, why didn't you lock it after we just had this whole argument about locking the door? So now she's giving me a whole nother story. So I said, look, let me tell you something, bitch. And I'm not gonna lie, I should never called her a bitch, but when I get irritated, I don't know, my mouth just becomes belligerent when I get irritated, which is something that I'm working with to this day. So I said, let me tell you something, bitch. So she said, you're not gonna call me no bitch. Like, you're not gonna call me no bitch. What's the cursing for? What's the cursing for? And I told her straight up, I said, that room that you continue to lock, I said, I'm gonna bust that bitch down. I told her that straight up. I said, I'm gonna bust that bitch down. That's on everything. And she was like, I don't care. And then she started complaining, saying she don't have respect for me or my other roommate because she heard us talking shit about her. And I said, what were we saying? You and Jay were walking past my room, and I'm not gonna lie, when Jay was walking past her room one time, Jay was like, bring them out to her. But at this time, we had beef. Like, we had beef because she was doing other stuff in the house that we didn't like. So it's not like we said, bring them out, and we liked her. We didn't like her at this point. So she was like, y'all were talking about bring them out, and I was like, okay, like, we weren't cool with you, like, what you mean? And she was like, and on top of that, and I told her straight up, I said, look, Lullaby, let me tell you. I said, you fake. I said, because when I was cooking nachos, you was all outside. But as soon as the nachos were finished, you closed your door. You specifically told me you were going to come out and play games with us. You didn't play games with us. Like, you just give me fake vibes. And it's like, I said, cool. I said, when you did what you did, I didn't mind it because I was like, good, that's her preference. She doesn't want to hang out with us. I got to play. Cool, let me take my L. I said, but what you're not going to do, honey, you're not going to play with my health in this house. And you're not going to play with my life in this damn house. Do you hear me? Do you understand me? So she gives me a rundown talking about some Don't talk to me ever again. Don't knock on my door. I don't care if it's an emergency. Da da da. And I told her, keep that same energy if you're struggling in your room. Keep that same energy. I ain't gonna knock on that door. And she's like, I'm not gonna be struggling. I said, cool, whatever, cool. We pray that you don't struggle. Like, I don't wish stuff like that on people. I was praying and hoping that nothing happened to her, because guess what? I wasn't gonna be there to help her, because she said she didn't care if it was an emergency. And she said, don't talk to me, don't look at me, blase, blase. I said, okay, cool. I won't do it. I said, but let me tell you what I want you to do. I want you to start taking out the trash, because mind you, Lullaby, she lied talking about some, I love to wash the dishes in the beginning of the year, but this baby never washed the dishes. And so, and the thing is, she wasn't a dirty person. Like, her room was freaking clean. But I think it's, as a matter of fact, her room was the cleanest out of all of us. And I think the dirtiest person in the house was me. Oh well, I was dirty. But I did used to try to keep up with the kitchen, like clean. All me and two other of my roommates, we always used to try to take out the trash. We always did turns. But Lullaby, I think she just didn't like us. So she was like, I'm not doing shit for these girls because I don't like them. I think that's just what she had in her mind. So I said, start taking out the trash. Start washing the dishes like you said you like to do. Start doing all of that, okay? Okay, comprende. And I went to my room and I closed my door. And so she was like mumbling. I could hear her in the living room like, these girls, they don't know what they're talking. Like, she was saying some dumb shit. And that was really the end of the story time. I never talked to her after that. We never had convo with her after that. When we came back before we took our finals for December, she wasn't talking to us. She would come in, she would meme us, she would close her door. We would have game nights a lot in that house. We always had game nights. She would never come out during the game nights. And it's like she would like cook food that would last her the whole day, so she could stay in her room the whole day. And yeah. Now, during second semester, I'm gonna say around March is when Lullaby started talking to us again. She started hanging out with us. So at this time, our school had Spring Fest. So Spring Fest was like, Spring Fest is like homecoming. So we had, but in the springtime. Now, Spring Fest was beautiful this year. Like, we actually had a lot of fun this year. And so Lullaby had fun too. She hung out with us more this year. I'm a very forgiving person. I'm not somebody, like, if you talk with me and we work it out, I'm not somebody to be like, no, you did this last year. Like, I don't want to work it out with you. That's not how I am. So when Lullaby came back or whatnot, to hang out with us, we hung out with her. We had fun with her. She was actually, like, a fun person to be around. And I think at the end, she kind of peaked that we were kind of cool to be around, because she started coming out of her room more. She started hanging out with us. So, yeah, till this day, I have no beef with Lullaby. We actually got along towards the end of the school year. She will always come out of her room. She wouldn't talk much, but she'll look at us and laugh and say, you guys are so funny and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind having a roommate like her again. And the reason why I say that is because she don't really bother nobody. Like, she just stays to herself. And I feel like she just needed some people to tell her, look, we're going to beat your ass if you do this and that. And she just got it together. Like, she just got herself together, straight up. And I think also her mom did lecture her, because her mom knew how she acted. And her mom, I heard her mom, like, in her room lecturing her about, like, she needs to stop. Whatever she's doing, she needs to stop. So I think she just kind of, like, got it in her head, like, something is wrong with me and I need to stop ASAP. And she even told us that she wouldn't mind being roommates with her again and with us again, and to text her. Well, Lullaby had a problem. When we got into it with her the first time, she magically got a new phone and changed her number and did refuse to give us her new number. Like, I remember asking her in the kitchen for her new number, and she said why. So it's like, even if I want to room with her next year, I can't even text her. I don't have her on no social medias because she refused to give us her social media. And if she did, she kept it private. And when we followed her, she refused to follow back. Like, that's just the type of person she was. So I might see her on campus next year and say hi to her. But, you know, that was my roommate horror story. Not really a horror story, because she actually ended up being a cool person after I nipped her in the bud. But yeah, guys, that's my story time. I hope you guys like it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, this look is a look that I just did. This look is going to be in the description box down below if I do post it before I post this video. And I hope you guys like it. And have a good night. Bye, guys.